Today we're going to focus on how to use the leader resources that First Place for Health provides for each of our Bible studies. One of the first things you'll need to do is log into the First Place for Health website. And so for me, the easiest way is to use our acronym fp4h.com. And that will bring us to our First Place for Health website. And then I can see from this that I'm not logged in. And so I want to make sure I'm always logged in when I get to the First Place for Health website as a leader. So if I go to my account, it pre-fills this in, and I'm going to go ahead and log in. And you can set up an account the first time you make an order. You can set up account, and we have a whole nother video that helps explain how to use the First Place for Health website. Today is about using the leader resources. So let me first out, where do you find the leader resources? So if you go to our shop, you can click the shop here, and that's just the way to do it. And then if you scroll down, you'll see leader resources that are downloadable. And when you click on leader resources that are downloadable, you will find our screen that has, we create leader resources for each of our Bible study. I'm recording this in December of 2020, so our first one listed here is our Joyful Season 1. Today we're going to focus on how to use Seek God First leader resources, because that's the Bible study that comes with our leader kit. And so if you click, but you'll see each of our Bible studies has a leader resource that we have created to help you with giving you some additional resources, giving you an outline, providing a schedule that you might share with your members. So I'm going to go ahead and click on what it looks like in the leader resources. And it'll give you a little synopsis here, and then I'll give you details on the things that are in here. Each of our session outlines includes a wellness spotlight, a challenge for each week, and some homework in the My Place for Discovery, My Place for Nutrition, My Place for Fitness. Basically, we're helping you use all the resources that come in the member kit, and we're giving you a schedule to space out all of those wonderful resources and to help you as a leader to stay connected and give you additional helpful information. All right, so let's get started. So if I wanted to, I would add this to my cart. And so just to save time, I've already purchased this. So I'm just going to go ahead up here to my account. I'm going to click on my account, and it's going to show me, if you remember, one of the things on our dashboard are orders. And when I click on orders, it shows me if I'm logged into my account. And once again, a reminder on how to get logged into your account. Oh, it's taking a little while. I don't know what's taking a little while. It's waiting. So I guess we'll wait. And sometimes I think our website just has to work. So here are all the different orders that I've placed. And I wanted to point out, you can see that I'm logged in because it says Howdy Helen Barada up here in the top right-hand corner. So here we go. I know, I just so happens that I bought the Seek God First leader resource right here. And this shows my order. Now, when I placed my order, I also would have received an email that gave me directions on how to download all of these things. Each of these is a link, but usually the very first downloadable thing, if I click on download the instructions, it is going to download on my computer in my download folder a PDF that tells me how to download, gives me all the instructions I need, and has all the links. So I'm going to go ahead, I can open it from here, and I'm going to go ahead and open that, and I can see it here on my computer screen. Or I'm going to minimize this right now. I can go to my documents folder, and here is the download instructions right here. And the download instructions, they take me to how to download. I can click this link here. If that link doesn't work for me for some reason, I can copy this link right here. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy the link location. I'm going to go back to my browser, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy and paste in here. And this is going to bring me to, okay, where is it going to bring me to? It says it was interrupted, but here we go. It is going to bring me to, these are all the resources that are in that Dropbox folder. Now, I can choose to just leave them here and come back here and access it online anytime I want. I can go ahead and download each one of these if I wanted to. I can click on this download button, which is what I'm going to do because I like to download it all at once to my computer. And so when I click the download button, something is supposed to happen. Oh, it did. Uh-oh, I hit download twice. I didn't even notice down here. So here we are. I'm going to actually, I'm going to cancel this one because I don't need it twice. And it is downloading. If you can see at the bottom down here on my computer, it is downloading. It says Seek God First 9 weeks zip file. And as it turns out, I have now downloaded it twice. I'm going to go ahead and minimize this, and we're going to see in my folder, it has actually downloaded this file twice because I already had it downloaded for instructional purposes. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete this. I don't need 2 of these. But as you remember, I have these instructions. And so how I have these, and if I were to double click on this in my download folder, I have all these, but they're what they call compressed. And you need to extract these to a separate folder. Now, if you, over here, some of you guys, I'm using a PC. If you were using a Mac, you would go to your Finder, or you would go to and look in your Finder folder, and it will have you will have a download folder as well on your computer, and that is where they are. Now, I have created in my documents folder a separate First Place for Health folder. Do you see this? It says My PC Documents First Place for Health, the acronym. And that's how I'm going to organize my First Place for Health files. And I'm going to add a folder that says Seek God First, because I don't want to just dump them in my documents folder. I want to have a Seek God First folder so I can find all those documents. So I'm going to go click back over here to download. I'm going to open this zip folder again, and I'm going to extract all. And it's going to ask me, it's actually going to bring a window up on my computer and say, where do you want to extract it? And I'm going to go over here and I'm going to look and say, okay, I put it in my documents folder. I want it to be in the First Place for Health, and I want it to be in Seek God First. And now if I select this folder, it's going to say this is the destination that it's going to put it, and I'm going to hit extract, and it is going to work its little magic and open up and save all those files in my download folder into a folder on my computer. Now, these are still in my download folder, and I actually don't need this anymore. But first, let's go back over to Documents, First Place for Health, and sure enough, here's my Seek God folder, first folder that I created, and here are all of those files that are in the leader resource. Now, we already looked at, I'm going to open this up so we can see all the notes of the file. So I can see the leader resources. I'm going to open that one back up. Oh, this is a little big for us, isn't it? So I'm going to make this a little smaller for you so we can see. And here are the instructions on how to download. If you remember, that was item number 1. The next one is a PDF that says schedule notes black and white. Now, we've had a few people that have asked us to save. We send it in color, but several people asked if we could create a black and white version for them so that they don't have to save their printer. So, oh, I went way too fast. So I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bigger because most of this is in what they call landscape. And here is a sample of the schedule. Now, I like this black and white version. However, I feel as if the color version may be a little more helpful. It's certainly prettier to look at. So here is our 9-week. This is the schedule that you might share with your members. And it is set up where what happens during the meeting is in the top. Here's the weekly challenge in the middle, and then what is to be done on their own, maybe some people call it homework, afterwards. And if you look down here on the bottom, there's a few little acronyms. MP for F is my place for fitness, MP for N is my place for nutrition. I'm going to go to the second page and you'll see SGF stands for Seek God First. And MP for D equals my place for discovery. So you'll see that this schedule, if you were to look at the schedule that is in your My Place for Leadership book, this follows that pretty closely. Now, the next would be, here are the details. This is called the session outline that details for the leader. Here's what the lesson plan is. It has a topic, because a lot of times, week after week, we have a similar topic within the meeting. And then info for you, how to prep, where to get the information you need. And then the last is, what do you want your group members to know? And what do you want them to do? And so it gives you a hint. So this is the information meeting, this section here that you would have to invite people in. Hey, do you want to do First Place for Health? And then here's week 1. And I'm just going to notice this is green, and I'm going to go back to that first page, and you'll see here's green. And so the green that is on the schedule is color coded to match week 1. And I'm going to scroll to here's 2, and if you look at the schedule, you'll see 2 is purple, and week 2 is purple. So this gives you details on more details than some of you may need, and other details that I know when I was first starting, so thankful to have information to help me. What am I doing for this meeting? Okay, I'm going to go back now to remember our folder that has all the things. So what are all these things? So another file that we have is a schedule. This is a PDF that you could share with your group. All this is, it's just 2 pages, and it's a schedule that you could email, you could print off if you wanted to, and send to your group members. And so they have that. Most of my group members, they take this schedule and they fold it and they put it in their Bible study, and this becomes their guide as to what am I doing this week and that week, and helps them stay on track. Another helpful thing is we have memory verse cards. So this is something that you can send to your group members and they can print it themselves, or you could print it. So first page is, if you see, are the actual Bible scriptures that we're going to memorize. And then on page 2, you'll see when you print them front to back, the verses are going to be on the back, and that creates a flashcard that your group members can use to help them memorize the scriptures that they're going to learn over the next 9 weeks. Okay, moving right along. Now, in the leader resources, I'm going to go back. Oh, I knew I forgot something. So up here, I've been not showing you this one quite yet because some of you are going to say, I don't know how to use Excel. It might not be something that you're comfortable with using, but some of you are going to say, oh, I want to use the Excel version. So down here on the bottom, and I know on Mac it's on the top. Let's just see if we can make this just a little easier for you. Is the same schedule, but we'll start with it. It has a title page. It has that schedule. Now this one has dates on it. And so if I were to change this to a current date, it is going to change the dates at the top of here. And so you could, if say you're starting your group on January 15th, 2021, then it's going to do every 7 days, it's going to change this date to show you and your group members when the meeting is and what their homework is. All right, here's one that's no date, which is what the PDF is that you have. Here's that session outline that I was showing you in the PDF, but here it's all on one sheet. And then you'll also see we have it in black and white because I said people have asked for it in black and white. And then some of you maybe are using Zoom. And so we have created some polls that go along with the weeks. And so here is kind of a bonus if you are using Zoom, but you easily could create a poll on paper and pass this around if you wanted to. But Zoom does a great job, and we find just including people, it's another way of making your meeting interesting. Okay, so that's the Excel version. I'm just going to minimize that one. And I knew I brought that up for some reason. Okay, so I wanted to go back to the outline, and I wanted to show you that on some of the weeks, you'll see that you're supposed to play a video. So here is establishing a quiet time video. Here is the establishing quiet time video. Now in this case, you'll see this links to the YouTube video, which is fine, but you'll also notice that the video is included in this Dropbox, this folder that we've sent you that you have extracted. And so if you were to click on this and play it, it would bring up the video on your screen and you would be able to play this for your group straight from your computer. And so there are actually, if you notice, there are 3 different videos, and we have it in this case week 2, you play this one in week 3, you play this video in week 6. So, and some of the videos come with a resource or a handout. So you'll see here on week 2 and 6, you're going to talk about triumphant tracking. And week 2 is about using the food group details, and week 6 is about restaurants. However, it refers to a handout about the food groups. And so once again, we have another PDF handout for you to share with your group. And you can email this to them, you can print it out and send it to them, whatever is going to work for you. All right, I think that is about it. These are all the resources that we want you to share. And so I just want to encourage you to use these resources to help you. It is sometimes the hardest part is figuring out how to get them onto your computer. Now, if you are not a tech savvy person, which happens, then I encourage you to enlist someone to be your tech partner in your group and have them help you with all the technology. Sometimes people call them their admin assistant, your tech person. It is okay. The leader, you are to share your leadership, and it is completely okay. If you buy this for your group, so it is okay for you to share this resource with your tech assistant. In fact, we would even say if your church has 2 or 3 groups, then you could use one leader resource for that. However, we do want to say that if you are wanting to share these videos, we ask they're copyrighted, and we would therefore you to share in your group meeting. If your group members want the videos for themselves, then they can go over to the First Place for Health website and buy them for $10.99. Well, once again, I want to thank you for following the Lord, seeking Him first, and leading a group. And I am just thankful for you as a leader. And we are praying for you and ask and thank you for all you do for First Place for Health Ministry, leading others to place Christ first.